Going to do that. There's no way of masking it that I know of. You only work with it.
Whatever they did here, they worked with it very well.
Right.
Welcome to PricePlow.
What's up, PricePlow Nation and Ghost fans of the world?
It's another Ghost lifestyle video from Ben and Mike here at PricePlow.
This week we're very excited about Ghost, and we also got surprised by an extra couple bottles of Ghost that we weren't expecting. So we wanted to share with everyone. This year, very under the radar, they dropped a new flavor to Australia out of the blue. Didn't really tell anyone, and now it's come to the United States. Mm-hmm. We are talking about the Ghost Burn Pina Colada.
Powder thermogenic fat burner powder.
Right. Well, when it was a capsule, it was called infrared.
Yeah.
Now it's called burn.
I think that was a completely different formula. And it had to be because you can't fit as much of this stuff into capsules.
Oh, yeah. 14.5 grams, not happening.
Right, yeah.
Cool. So, I'm actually really excited for this one. I'm not a big thermogenic fan. I consider myself an ectomorph, even though like body types have kind of been disproven. But I don't use a lot of thermogenic stuff. But after having tried the other flavors, which you really enjoyed because they were really unique with all the grains of paradise and spicy stuff going on, they did some sour stuff. They did the spicy mango, and I love mango, so to have a spicy mango was really interesting.
In that video, we ranked mango #1, but me being the person who consumes this stuff on a more regular basis, watermelon is actually the one that I came back to. So I'm comparing this to whether I like it more than watermelon.
It's like you're using this weird spicy flavor in a direction, and like it depends on like what you like for that. And I know that's like a really big cop-out kind of answer, but I mean they're all unique in their own way. Like if you like sour stuff, you probably wouldn't like the mango. If you like mango, you probably wouldn't like the sour stuff.
Right.
And the watermelon was really good. So
it was the Sour Warheads branded watermelon, so it was gonna be. And there was also a Sour Warheads branded green apple. So they're both. They were like true deal sour, but at the same time, over the course of time, I think it was time for a new flavor. But the formula is the same, and I'm excited about the formula. I think a lot of people don't understand what's really going on with this formula. And let's get a mix going. We have like 5 to 6 ounces of water here.
So you talk about the formula while I mix this up.
Did you open that, or let's see if there's a smell? I think you ripped that thing open. So this Pina Colada, woo! Okay, that grains of paradise get in your nose, and that's that spice that we're talking about is grains of paradise. That from Mama Malagueta, and it is grains of paradise. That from Mama Malagueta. Clinically dosed here at the 2 scoop mark. In the 2 scoops, you would get 300 milligrams of caffeine, and that's where the most clinical dosing of ingredients is going to be. We're going to do 1 scoop here. It's about 4 p.m., so don't want to get too stimmed. We're going to need another cup of water again.
Quickly. So one of the things I really like about this product is like. I think that Ghost is known for their flavors, right? But I think their formulas are underrated by the mainstream. You know, like when you say, I'm not even trying to put this back.
So,
this fat burners. I mean, it's loaded, and fat burners are kind of.
It does, yeah.
They're simple these days, and usually I'm a fan of just simplicity. What you need, when you need it. But I think they went above and beyond with this product.
Right, and so there's 2 different ways to go about it. When you have a powder, you can do both. So fat burners, you have ingredients such as synephrine, which will increase your beta oxidation, your fatty acid breakdown, and you're going to have a little bit more thermogenesis. You're going to burn a little bit more calories. Doesn't mean you can like have the biggest pizza garbage diet in the world. And I know Ghost loves to have their physique destroyer images on Instagram. You can't have that, but you do have actual fat burning ingredients here. The grains of paradise helps with the browning of fat of your adipose tissue, and when you have enough of that, there's like clinical research showing this, that these doses help brown your white fat a little bit, and that is the more of the energy user rather than the energy storing kind of fat. So and it's thermogenic. It's hot. It's a pepper that is actually hot, and they have the right standard extracts in here: 6-paradols, 12.5%, which is what the study was based on, and then of course you have caffeine, which is going to help mobilize and help with fatty acid turnover as well. So you have like the fat burning compounds, and maybe a little bit with the theobromine cocoa as well. But on top of that, they're also, when you have a powder, you have more space to be able to mask the things that people are often deficient in. And this is where the capsules really can't keep up because there's just not enough space. And I'm talking about the 2 forms of carnitine and the choline. Right. And these are synergistic. A lot of people miss this. Like a lot of products have one or the other, or they don't have both forms of carnitine. I think there's a wonderful formulation where yeah, obviously, despite my personal opinions, a lot of people are eating less and less red meat. And when you have less and less red meat, you're going to be more and more carnitine deficient.
Right.
And if you don't have enough carnitine, you're not going to be able to mobilize your fat to the mitochondria. You're basically not going to burn as much fat.
Yeah.
And it turns out that there's a really good study. There's like 3 studies showing synergy with choline as well. We often see choline as the acetylcholine focus booster. There's some strength, studies that are bigger doses than this, and the choline dose that is truly that with women who had like therapeutic, the clinical dose was actually 2 grams, so we're a little bit below that.
Okay.
But there is synergy between the choline and carnitine. If you're not eating enough eggs or not eating enough the meat to have choline, things are going to be foggier, and you're not going to be able to mobilize fat or use it as much. And so these are things that are not in a lot of the other products together, or they're not in a lot of the other products. So like a lot of people are saying, oh, this is as good as Ghost Burn. Like actually it's not for a lot of different people dieting. Now in the perfect world of meat, a lot of people would eat ruminant meats and maybe we don't need as much choline and carnitine. Fact is that they're not. Everyone's eating chicken and that doesn't have enough, dude.
2 things for me. One, I think you're right with the strength benefits. They're not there with that dosages. But in terms of cognitive benefits, at the 2 scoops, you are getting with the choline and the acetyl-L-carnitine, because you're getting the acetyl.
Oh yeah, acetyl-L-carnitine. Yes.
As well as the choline bartartrate.
Right.
Choline bartartrate isn't the greatest form of choline, but there's a big dose of it. So.
And the acetyl-L-carnitine passes through the blood-brain barrier, so that's got some focus effects on its own. And we haven't even mentioned KSM66 ashwagandha lowering cortisol, a third pathway to if your cortisol's chronically high, you ain't gonna burn fat.
And the last one that I do want to mention, you're more of the meat guy, I'm more of the carb guy, and we talked about like them having like the physique destroyers, and they're flexible lifestyle dieting type stuff for the consumers. The chromium up top helps with those physique destroyers, helps with the carbohydrate usage.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah. That's one of my big things that sets this apart from other brands and products in the industry is the attention to that. You know, we all know that they like their cookies and stuff like that. You watch their YouTube channel, they're baking their holiday cookies and stuff like that. And I think that flexible stuff, if you're not getting on stage, if you're not too concerned about that kind of stuff, you gotta have your fun. But we're addressing it here. And all those things together, especially with the choline and the acetyl-carnitine, this makes it a really cool daily driver as far as like a coffee replacement. Right. Because there's extra benefit. It does give you the caffeine, gives you the energy, but also gives you those cognitive benefits, helps you all day long with your carbohydrate metabolism, stuff like that. And I think there's a lot of benefits to it. And there's
a little bit of tyrosine for the focus, but it's not a huge dose. Yeah. And then you have, finally, last ingredient, Neurofactor, which is the coffee fruit extract. That doesn't add more stimulants, but it has the ability to increase brain-derived neurotrophic factor, and that helps with memory formation and prevents degradation of memory. So when you're dieting down, hopefully you get a little bit less brain fog. A lot of our favorite formulators, a lot of our favorite people out there, like to formulate this in a compliant style formula.
I like the Neurofactor, especially like you're saying, like the preventing degradation stuff. I think we were looking at screens all day long. Yeah. We're exposed to a lot of blue light, like we're sitting in front of these lights right now. And I think it's very hard to completely limit ourselves from these things and still enjoy a lifestyle with all of the amenities that we want to. However, we can do the things that we can to help counteract that.
There's some great ways of doing that. All right, dude. Finally, Pina Colada. Does it beat the watermelon for me? Answer is yes. That is spicy Pina Colada.
See, I love this. You're right. This is my favorite one.
Yep.
I was surprised though, because when I think of Pina Colada, I think of like a blended drink, which is thick, like a very I just think of like a smoothie, right? Like I think of like in Miami, Florida, whatever.
Okay.
They did a really good job with a thin Pina Colada.
They made it,
and it's much less spicy than the other ones.
Because those sour flavors were like almost amplifying the spice a little bit, which is good. By the end of the time, I'm like, all right, let's do this.
Like the other ones, I don't know. Like, props to Ryan DiOcampo, who says he went through 5 containers of that mango stuff, because that stuff was so spicy. Like, I love the flavor, but it's like buffalo wings. I can eat that as an appetizer, but I'm not going to eat a whole spicy entree. Drinking 5 bottles of that, like, I don't know if I can do that. But this one, I mean, there's spice in the end. You know the spice is going to be there.
Yes, you have to. It's called burn. You have to know it's coming in, no matter what. Grains of Paradise are going to do that. There's no way of masking it that I know of. You only work with it.
Whatever they did here they worked with it very well.
Right. In fact, I would say this Pina Colada flavor system should be in some other product from Ghost.
I can't believe they didn't hype this up.
Dude,
more.
make this a Ghost Amino. Make this a legend flavor. Like this Pina Colada is a strong coconut. Just keep it and just knock out the grains of paradise, and you have an amazing pre-workout.
Yeah, I can't believe they didn't push this more because this is really good. As far as like
that's easily best.
We just did like our flavor systems of 2019. I would have put this in that video. I mean, I don't think it would be strawberry daiquiri, but given the ingredients that it's using, it's
if you can work this well with grains of paradise, and a lot of companies are doing well with it, this is a fantastic way of going at it, and this totally beats out the other ones for sure.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
I'm always excited about this formula. My one take, and I know Ghost isn't going to do it because they're going to stay internationally compliant. They started in Australia.
Right.
I stack this with yohimbine hydrochloride. Yeah. I do 6 milligrams a day. Now flying high.
Yeah, I think. I think yohimbine is also a personal choice too for most people.
Right.
I don't think I've reviewed one product in this channel with yohimbine, and I would probably send it to you if I. I get very paranoid. I can't do it. I feel very odd on it, and I think that you're kind of pigeonholing your product. You get that spice in your throat.
Yeah, dude.
I get very paranoid, and I can't do that regularly. So when you put that in a product, you're limiting who can utilize it, and I think it scares some people too.
Yeah.
So there's been some scary. So you understand, especially with like the different percentages of yohimbine, like just because you had a bad experience with one product doesn't mean you're in with another, and some people generalize the whole thing, so you don't want to scare people away.
No, definitely not. That's something that it's a castle this big. Just go and buy it yourself. It's like $8 on Amazon.
That would be my message.
Right. Okay. So overall, Ghost Burn Pina Colada. They should have hyped this up more because this is a damn good flavor for a damn good formula. Yeah, we'll see what happens in 2020, but Australia's got a gem here, and we're glad. There's a good reason.
Yeah, sorry, Warheads. You guys are bumped out.
You know, honestly, Warheads doesn't belong with the grains of paradise as much as something like this does. I think you've got to work with it in a tropical fashion, even though I did like watermelon.
Is there a brand for Pina Colada? Bacardi. Isn't it rum?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Because if they were going to do a collab.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. We'll find out. Subscribe to our alerts on PricePlow.com/ghost. Subscribe to us on YouTube here and Instagram. Follow us over here. We appreciate you liking. Drop a comment below and let us know what we should review next. We do have a coupon code affiliate. This was sent for free from Dan at Ghost. PricePlow is the coupon code 20% off as of right now, and that's all I have.
Nice job, guys.
All right, thanks. Yeah.
Welcome to PricePlow.